Well, hello everyone, welcome back to Playframe, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Story Mode. It just kind of occurred to me, in all the hundreds of episodes I've done of this at this point, there has definitely been at least one occasion where I started an episode out, standing here waving to camera, and somebody back here thought I was waving at them. Oh well. Can't be helped. Anyway, welcome back, though, to Shadowbringers. Who's ready to do another one of those role quest chains? Last time, we did the one for ranged physical damage dealers. This time around, we are going to do the role quest chain for magic damage dealers, which means I'm going to need to switch to a magic damage dealing job. Excuse me. Yes, today, I am afraid, Dermot is going to be a black mage. This is very unfortunate, as Black Mage is not a job I am particularly good at. It's one of the ones I'm worst at, in fact, but the style is good, and that's what matters. Thank you again, once more, to Dermot's fairy godparent for an extremely good and adorable Black Mage look. I am probably going to go without the hat for the majority of the time, because I do love that hair. And it's also a lot easier to see our boy's face, but still. Top tier Black Mage style. Big fan. Anyway, we've got ourselves a lot to do today, if last episode was any indication, so let's go ahead and get right to it. First things first, I need to remember to bring my UI back up. I knew something was missing. First things first, we need to talk to you, our new friend, Serig. Serig is eyeing you inquisitively. Let me guess. You're standing in front of Serig, bounty hunter non-Pariel, don't know that word, because you've a mind to aid me in felling the dread Phronesis. Do I have the right of it, or do I have the right of it? You have the right of it, Fron Whatsits. If I didn't know better, I could have sworn you just suggested that you're unfamiliar with Phronesis. But that couldn't be. No sinner worth his salt could be so ignorant. Ah, I see you've not heard of me. Hello, I'm Dermot. Allow me to elaborate. Phronesis isn't just your run-of-the-mill stray sin-eater. He's one of the nastiest the realm's seen, formed from the remains of one of those God's damned warriors of light. There are 4 of them, all told, crawled up from the bowels of the deepest hell after being buried for nigh on a century, if the tales are true. People have come to call them the cardinal virtues. Before he was transformed into a sin-eater, Phronesis was none other than Archmagus Nyelbert, whose baleful magics were feared the realm over. Though it's only been a few short years since he first showed up in Amareng, he's already preyed on far too many innocents with his foul sorcery. Not keen on seeing their trade routes disrupted, the local merchants have placed a healthy bounty on his head. Of course, I'd like nothing more than to fell the fiend single-handed and claim the entire bounty for myself. Unfortunately, circumstances have dictated that I recruit a companion. That's where you come in. Provided that you can prove to me that you possess the rather specialized set of skills that I require, I promise I'll make it worth your while. Not a bad offer, wouldn't you say? If you fancy yourself up to the task, come find me in Amareng. I mean to set off for there shortly. Okay. I will be right there, and especially now that I've seen how long these role quest series are, I mean it, I will be right there. There's no time to be wasted. Serig, I'm here, what do you need? I am at your disposal. So, you came. It's good to see someone who isn't all talk. As fortune would have it, another sin-eater, a far less imposing specimen than Phronesis, of course, has been sighted just to the west of here. Prove to me you got the skill to back up your words, and we'll talk further. Okay, I will try very hard. You ask a lot of me. I don't know why Black Mage as a job just turns my brain into knots, but it really does. Right up there with Ninja, it's just for some reason. And I think every player has a couple of jobs that are like this for them, and Black Mage is probably a pretty common one, because it's quite complex. Figuring out all the ins and outs, definitely learning how to play optimally. It is very challenging to play optimally. I will not be doing any of that. I will be doing a very basic, bare bones Black Mage performance that will be just enough to get me through this and no further. But that's okay. So long as you're alternating between setting things on fire and ice, that's more or less all you really have to do. And that much I can hopefully achieve. Go on. Get iced. Get fired. Get dead. Kaboom. Whew. We're gonna make it through today, I can feel it. Good show, friend. Wasn't sure what to expect from you, but seeing you in battle has left me with little doubt. Seems I found myself a formidable ally. And so I'll extend the offer in earnest. Help me hunt down Phronesis, and we'll split the bounty down the middle. Well, what do you say? That's a spirit. Now, there's more you should know before we proceed. Come with me to Mortsuk, my base of operations, and I'll fill you in on the details. Alrighty. Come on, Claude. We gotta go. I guess apologies to all Black Mage mains who have to watch this today is what I'm getting at. I will not be using all of the skills at my disposal, and the ones I do use, I will never use in the order that I would optimally, or that one should. You know what I mean? It's a hard job. Welcome to Mortsuk, friend. As you can see, it's a bustling trading post frequented by merchants from across the realm. At least it was, before Phronesis showed up and started preying on unwitting travelers. Hence the bounty, you see. The lucrative reward has attracted the attention of one capable bounty hunter after the next, yet the fiend still roams free. You can probably imagine why. Those few who have seen Phronesis and returned to tell the tale speak of the great horrors they witnessed. Cavernous black holes materializing out of thin air, swallowing everything around them into the abyss. People have taken to calling them the Hollows. Rumor has it that one barely has time to lay eyes on Phronesis before he summons forth the Hollows, which proceed to consume everything in sight. And I do mean everything. Just the other day, an entire caravan was devoured by the Hollows, leaving only nothingness behind. Mages have postulated that these holes are literally tears in the fabric of our reality, gateways to other worlds, to put it another way. At any rate, suffice to say that the next man to come back from the void will be the first. And yet there's something odd about it all. Witnesses say that Phronesis doesn't seem to go out of his way to prey on people or settlements. He simply shambles across the wastes, summoning Hollows one after the next, and the destruction follows as a matter of course. Needless to say, drawing too near to the fiend is tantamount to suicide. Even attacks from afar have been all but futile, as Phronesis simply summons the Hollows to consume every incoming arrow. With every conceivable means of attack foiled, even the most savvy bounty hunters have all but thrown up their hands, even though the bounty now stands at some 9 or 10-fold the original amount. I'm of a different mind, however. The way I see it, if only there were a way to neutralize the Hollows, we'd more than stand a chance against Phronesis himself. This is why I require your services. Your easy triumph over the Sin Eater spoke clear. You're a mage of no common skill. If anyone has the arcane knowledge and aptitude to help me figure out a way to defend against the Hollows, it's you. Don't worry, I fully intend to shoulder my share of the burden. And so, I plan to gather all the information we need before asking you to put yourself in harm's way. And with that, I'd best get to work. Once I've formulated a proper plan of attack, we'll talk again. Until then, I suggest you continue to hone your casting skills. The battle that awaits us will not be an easy one. My casting skills are about as good as they are going to get, Sarek. But too late, you've already hired me, and no take-backsies. Anyway, let's all pretend together that some time is passing. Perfect. Okay. Sarek, I'm ready for the next job. Sarek has made a breakthrough of sorts. Ah, there you are. And your timing couldn't be better. As luck would have it, a little bird told me that Phronesis was sighted in the vicinity not long ago. Don't you worry, I have no intention of rushing in like a fool. My plan is to shadow the Sin Eater from afar, that we might observe the hollows with our own eyes and formulate a suitable plan of attack. To that end, I procured this mannequin here from a merchant acquaintance of mine at the Crystarium. By setting it on Phronesis' trail, I mean to gauge just how wide of a berth we must keep from the fiend, so as to not be sucked up into the void. Shed no tears for the little fellow, friend. His sacrifice will be the key to our success. And yet, as you can see, he's not quite in the best state of repair. Pray, lend me a hand in procuring what we need to get him back on his feet. You're a lifesaver, friend. I just spotted nasty-looking sandskin Sibili, I guess. Sibili, lurking about to the east of here, and I do believe one of their tendons should serve well to put some spring back in the little fellow's step. Snag one for me, and I'll see to the repairs. Okay, I'm on the job. This looks to be the spot. Ah. So it probably was Sibili, because it was plural for Sibilus. I see. Well, anyway, to black maging. No, come on. You dare interrupt my very good cast. I'm already getting into that good black mage headspace. I hate being forced to move and interrupt my very long but very good spells. I guess if I was putting ley lines down, these might go a little faster, but, you know. It's dead either way, isn't it? Anyway, back to town. Sareg, I have retrieved the tendon. Lightly singed. Any luck finding that tendon? For my part, I've acquired something that should serve as a makeshift gear. Cost me an arm and a leg, but hey, if it helps us claim that bounty in the end, it'll be more than worth it. Well, here you go. The sinewy, stretchy tendon of a sandskin Sibilus. Perfect. Yes, I reckon this is durable and elastic enough to replace the mannequin's snapped drive belt. I'll fetch my toolbox and get started straight away. In the meantime, why don't you scout us out a suitable lookout point? Phronesis was last sighted just southeast of town. Try to find us a spot on higher ground, out of sight from the main thoroughfare. Okay, I'll see what I can do. Meet you there. This spot will hopefully work. Oh there, friend. As you can see, our clockwork friend is back in tip-top shape. And since it appears you found us the perfect lookout spot, why don't we get down to work? I'll kindle us a fire. We might be here for a while. I mean, I could also start one if you'd... No, that's fine. Mine tend to be too big. Well, I'll be. There's the bastard. Look closely now, and hold your gaze. You must witness the sheer horror with your own two eyes. No, we mustn't send out the mannequin too soon. If Phronesis sees it, he may very well blast it to bits before it has the chance to investigate the hollows. And there he goes. I'll send the mannequin in to trail him. Let's sit back and enjoy the show. Just as I expected. Gone without a trace. Shed no tears for our little friend. Through his sacrifice, we now know just how much distance we must keep from the hollows to avoid being sucked into the void. Now it's our turn. Let's edge a bit closer and see what we can observe. Mind you, take care not to wander too close, lest you fancy a vacation to a dark, shadowy abyss. Nah, I'm good, thank you. It's as if a shadowy whirlwind rages inside, ready to suck anything and everything into the void. I've seen many a horrific sight in my day, but this sends a shiver up the spine.
Let me out. It's so dark in here.
Huh? Why the pale face, friend? You look as if you've seen a ghost. A voice, you say? From inside the hollow? But that's impossible.
Is anyone out there? Please help me. Help me get out of here.
Are you alive? Over here.
Was that a voice? Is someone out there? If you can hear me, please, you must help me. I can't see anything. No road, no trees, not even an ether current to follow. Which way do I go? How do I get out of this place?
This voice. What in the God's name is it saying? The voice of a boy, you say? Claims he's lost inside with no ether current to follow. Sounds like he's adrift in the flow, not unlike what would happen if an aetherite to which one was teleporting was destroyed mid-journey. Wait a minute. What if there was some way you could channel your ether into the void? Might that not allow your etheric form to serve as a beacon of sorts to guide the child back to us? Of course, not that I'd know how we'd go about that. I will try. Huh? You reckon you could do just that? I won't even think of asking how. Do your damnedest. Wicked white. I knew you were no ordinary sinner, but even still, you find ways to surprise me. Sarig, I fished out a child. Where am I? Well, I'll be damned. There was a child inside. Our little expeditions left us with more questions than answers, huh? But for now, this boy needs our care. Let us carry him back to Mordsuk and find him a warm bed and some nourishment. Oh, they brought me all the way back here automatically. How considerate. Sarig! So, how is boy? The boy's resting now. He's weak, but not wounded, at least far as I can tell. Needless to say, his presence raises questions. Are there others trapped on the other side of the hollows? If so, might they also be returned to our world alive? There's much we must ask him when he wakes. On another subject, this might be an odd question, but have you ever looked after a child before? Have we? I don't feel like the twins count. Not really sure if Reen does either. It's always been pretty special cases with extremely competent children. What do you think? That makes two of us. Bounty hunters like me don't get much opportunity for babysitting. Still, until we can track down the boy's parents, I suppose I have little choice but to look after him myself. I suppose the first order of the day should be to get some food in his belly. He does look terribly pale after all. Methinks I'll go hunting for some meat. No, perhaps I should take him to a physician first? After all, he may be suffering from some ailment inscrutable to the eye. Or maybe I should... damn it all. I knew I wasn't cut out for this. Well, you have fun figuring all of that out. And I'll come back to check on you later. Sarig, I return. How is child? Sarig wears a flustered expression on his face. I see. Oh, there you are. You'll be happy to know the boy's awake and seems to be no worse for the wear. Physically speaking, at least. There's just one rub, you see. He has no recollection of where he came from or just how he managed to get swallowed up into the void. Huh. In fact, other than his own name, Taynor, he can't remember much of anything at all. He seems a good lad, mind you. Eats my half-arsed cooking with a smile and nary a word of complaint. Yet I reckon he's hurting inside, and badly. We must reunite him with his parents with all due speed. I suggested that he go for a stroll around Mordsuk in the hopes that the sights might help to jog his memories. He can't have wandered far. Why don't you go check up on him? Yeah, you deserve a little rest. I can babysit for a few minutes. Child! Taynor! Hello? There you are. Oh, and there you are also. I thought you were... Okay, well. I realize this is something of a detour, but we simply can't leave a poor amnesiac orphan to fend for himself now, can we? Let's find the boy a safe home as soon as we can. Just as well, I don't know how good a babysitter I'd be. Do not tell me. You're the one who rescued me from the flow, yes? I feel from you the same warmth that reached out to me when I was adrift in the ether. Well, I'll be damned. The boy's a sharp one. And that's not the least of it. The carer who examined him said they could feel great power welling up from within him. Despite his young age, Taynor here seems to possess a remarkable command of the magical arts. Perhaps I do, and yet I cannot say. Try as I might, I can recall nothing of who I am or where I came from. Only the darkness. No need for apologies, boy. You did well just to make it back to us. Speaking of which, can you remember anything at all of what you felt when you were adrift in the void? That I remember, or at least I think I do. I recall a vague sensation of someone passing alongside me. Indeed, I believe this is what roused me from my slumber. If the Hollows truly are a gate between worlds, that would mean that someone recently traveled from ours to another, or from another to ours. But that's not possible. Or is it? Well, you know, you would be surprised, but you've got enough on your mind right now. Don't be ridiculous. That's what I thought. Fair enough. Then again, traveling between worlds isn't exactly my area of expertise. Well, no sense racking our brains over matters beyond our comprehension. Let's concentrate on what we can do. Namely, finding the boy here a home. No doubt his memories will come back to him in due time. You truly do that? For me? But the two of you have already saved my life. I couldn't possibly burden you any further. It's no burden at all. Besides, if we can figure out just who you are and where you came from, just might lead us to the answers we seek. Now, let's consider the options. One possibility is that you're an orphan, all alone in this world with not a soul to care for or look after you. And yet, this seems unlikely. Yes, the mystical powers you possess say otherwise. If you're truly as skilled in magic as they say, then it stands to reason that someone trained you in the art. Who this master of yours is, and whether you're of their blood or simply received their tutelage, this I cannot say, but either way, I'm certain they're worried sick about you. If that truly is so, I would very much like to meet this person too. That settles it then. Let's get down to business. I took the liberty of inquiring around Mortsuk and the Crystarium. Unfortunately, there have been no reports of missing persons matching Taynor's description, which means that we've got no choice but to take our search elsewhere. I know of a merchant in town whose travels often take him far afield. Let's have a talk with him, see if he's heard any helpful rumors. Okay. Any task that doesn't require proficiency casting spells from me is a good plan. Let's chat with this merchant. How's it going, Ron? Hope business is good. No food for me today, thanks. Ah, savvy merchant. The two of you are far too kind. I cannot thank you enough. Impressive how Taynor's managed to keep himself together, huh? The boy's mature beyond his years, no doubt. Rumors of a missing boy, you say? Funny that you ask. It's a long shot, I reckon, but I overheard something the other day that might be of use. On the way to Mortsuk, I stopped over at the inn at Journey's Head. There, I met an ailing mage. As the Kerrers told it, he'd been ambushed by a sin-eater and was separated from his child in battle. Bloody hells. Could it be? If the sin-eater that attacked that poor man was Phronesis, that would explain everything. This man you speak of, he could be my father? We must go to him at once. Agreed. I only hope that the man is... No, there's no point in presuming the worst. Let's make for the inn, see what the Kerrers there can tell us. Okay. That's a little further away, though. Why don't I meet you there? There we are. It's been a little while since we stopped by here. My father is here? But this place is... I just hope whatever we find here puts a smile on the poor boy's face. I'd like that too, but I don't have tons of optimism on that front. Hello. Oh there. I hear there's a mage in your care who's lost his boy. Well, I do believe we have him right here. Huh? I fear there must be some mistake. The boy in question's already been found. This is him, right here. Oh. What? So it wasn't my father after all? This boy with you, he too has been separated from his family? Just so. We heard that a man here was looking for his son, and we just hoped. Alas, it seems it wasn't meant to be. But there are many people here, yes? Might I ask around and see if any of the others are my family? But of course. Yet many of the people here are quite ill, and in many cases in considerable pain. It's not a place for a young child to walk around unattended. Indeed, it's not. Guess that means either myself or Dermot here should accompany him. I'll go with him. The walk might help me take my mind off things. Not a bad idea, if the lad doesn't mind. I reckon Taynor would rather be with someone of his own age. Take his mind off things. Speaking of which, how's the boy's father holding up? I fear the poor man has already departed on his journey. He is a man no longer. The child insisted upon staying by his father's side until the last. I permitted this out of respect for him, though part of me regrets the choice. None so young should suffer such horrors. It was some small solace to learn that he has living relatives who reside at the Crystarium. In fact, I was just making preparations to escort him there myself. I see. I reckon we should also find someone to look after Taynor as well. Oh, don't get me wrong, friend. I haven't given up on the prospect of finding the boy's family, but we have no other leads, and a deadly sin eater still on the loose. If the lad tags along with us every step of the way, he's far more likely to end up dead or worse than to ever reunite with his family. And here's what I propose. We find someone to watch over Taynor for the time being, get back on the hunt, and gather whatever clues we can about his origins along the way. Is there not more we can do, or... Very well, but we must see that he is safe. That is definitely true. Aye, well, that goes without saying. Well, let's have a talk with the proprietor of the Wandering Stairs. He's a kindly enough chap, and knows damn near everyone in these parts. With any luck, he'll be able to direct us to a willing and able guardian. Look, I don't like this any more than you do, but it's the best we can do for the boy, given our circumstances. At any rate, let's find him and share the news. Don't worry, it's my decision, and I intend to take responsibility for it. Okay. I really like how different these stretches of role quests feel, these 4 quest chains. They all do have a very similar kind of structural rhythm in that there's 6 quests each and kind of similar action beats along the way. Like they all start with kind of like a early fight to like demonstrate your abilities to the person hiring you. They each have a couple of fights along the way, and they each deal with one of the cardinal virtues, one of the old warriors of light. But along the way, like the story experience and the kinds of characters you run into and the facets of the world you encounter in doing it are all quite different in a way that makes it feel worthwhile doing all of them, which I really do appreciate. I guess that's a lot easier for them to write when they only have to do 4 of them. Anyway. I'm sorry. It's all my fault. What happened? It was 2 minutes. Bad news, friend. Seems the 2 young ones got into a quarrel of sorts and Taynor's up and run away. Seems the lad mentioned how he'd come out from one of the hollows. The other boy put 2 and 2 together and figured he'd been attacked by a sin eater. Then I said, my dad was attacked by a sin eater and then he turned into one himself. So I asked, what if you turn into a sin eater too? Taynor's face went all white. He kept saying, what do you mean? What do you mean? Over and over and over again. I couldn't take it anymore. And before I knew it, I was shouting at him, shut up, just shut up. I bet you're turning into a sin eater already. Why did I say such a mean and nasty thing? Now, don't be so hard on yourself, lad. Both of you have had a rough go of it these past few days. Nobody could blame either one of you for feeling a bit on edge. But we must hurry and find Taynor before he comes to harm. Let's split up. I'll search to the west, you take the east. And be careful out there. Okay. I'm on it. Kind of troubling how frequently I am tasked with finding missing children in this location specifically. Hopefully this time goes better. Although, from the look of things, not as better as would be ideal. Let's do a tiny bit of black maging. Be on ultrafire, okay. Do you mind? Be on extreme fire, please. Kaboom! Yes. Boy, it does feel good letting those very large spells fly. Just very hard to do competently. You all right? When I heard the clamor of battle, I feared the worst, but I see that you have everything under control. Are you okay, lad? Forgive me. I don't deserve this kindness. I was just so scared. I was worried about what would become of me if I never recovered my memories, and then I started thinking, what if I ended up like that boy's father? What if it's already happening to me? That's one matter you needn't worry yourself with. The carer who examined you told me as much. You suffered no direct wounds. You're in no more danger of turning into a sin-eater than Dermot or me. Is that so? Oh, that's good to hear. But I must apologize to that boy. I should have known better than to badger him about such things, especially after what happened to his father. Funny thing, that. He was saying the same thing about you. You both have good hearts, lad, and you've been through more than any man should. There's no need to be ashamed about your feelings. There's still so much I do not understand about this world. Why does no one here know of me? Am I doomed to be alone for the rest of my days? Why must it be this way? If only I could remember something, anything. I'm sick of not knowing who I am. I'm sick of being alone. Oh. Now it's your turn, Taynor. And do not be disheartened by your last attempt. Even the greatest of mages have known failure. Your command of magic is equal to my own. If I can succeed, there's no reason why you cannot. Free your mind of worry and focus. Thank you, Nyelbert. I shall try my best. Wicked White. Are you all right, Dermot? Don't worry, it happens. Like, all the time. I remember now. I was standing here on these blighted plains, my head hung low in shame. Then Nyelbert turned to me with a smile and heartening words. Nyelbert, why does the name sound so familiar? I reckon we've much to discuss, but not in this godforsaken place. Let's head back to the inn and see if we can't get to the bottom of this. You got it. Well, the plot thickens. Back we go. Sarig, Taynor. I do hope he'll forgive me. We have much to discuss, but first we should let the two boys make their peace. Good call. Taynor, are you all right? I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have said those nasty things. Forgive me for reacting as I did. I'm fine. In fact, I seem to have recovered some of my memories. Really? That's wonderful. Maybe you won't feel so scared and alone anymore. I'm leaving to go live in the Crystarium with my relatives. Promise me you'll come visit? I mean, after you get your memories back and all, of course. It's a promise. Until next time, my friend. I'm glad you've made a friend. I knew that you two would work things out. Now let's return to Mortsuk. We have more than our share of questions that need answering. You bet we do. I will meet you two there. Boy, thank goodness for snap travel. Imagine how long these episodes would be otherwise. I cannot help but feel I also made a promise to that boy in my memories. Nyelbert, was it? Hope it's not like Nyelbert. It could possibly be. I'm sticking with Nyelbert, though. I'm already committed. As I saw it, first you fainted all of a sudden. When you came to, a portion of Taynor's memories had returned. What in the world happened out there? The power to look into the past, eh? And you're certain that what Dermot described matches up with your recollection of the past? I don't know how to break this to you, lad, but your friend Nyelbert that was with you that day, he's no ordinary boy. He's none other than the very man who became Phronesis, one of those God's damned warriors of light. If he was just a young child in your memories, that means that what you saw took place over 100 years ago. Would that it were just a coincidence. Another boy with the same name. But no, judging from the formidable command of magic, we can only assume it was him. On the way back, I managed to recall some more about Nyelbert and myself. We were taken in by a group of mages, a consortium of sorts. They were searching for a means to open a hole to another world, and were recruiting young children with high magical aptitude for the task. Nyelbert and myself were the two they chose. You can't be serious. And yet that would explain the Sin Eater's ability to summon those damned hollows. And if you possess the same knowledge and training as Nyelbert did, it could also explain why you were able to survive in there all that time. But what I don't understand is, why haven't you aged at all? I cannot say for sure, and yet my memories, they are slowly coming back to me. In time, I may be able to help you find a way to close the hollows. You'd be a lifesaver if you could, but don't overburden yourself. You're still recovering after all. In the meantime, don't worry. Dermot and I will see that you're safe. I'd thought Taynor was just a victim of the Sin Eater. To think he was actually friends with the man himself, back when he was still a man. This can't be simple coincidence. Yes, I'm convinced of it now. The child holds the key to defeating Phronesis. We must keep him safe and not let him out of our sights. Besides, look at how hard he's trying to recover his memories. I'm not so heartless as to kick the poor lad aside before he's figured matters out. Okay. But we can't very well rush things. You and I will continue to prepare for the battle ahead, while waiting for the rest of Taynor's memories to come back to him. That is to say, if that's all right with you, lad. I'm so sorry. I couldn't possibly burden you any further. Look, lad, I've only known you for a short while, but I can tell you've got a good heart, and a good head on your shoulders. I can only begin to imagine the horrors you've been through, not to mention the fears and uncertainty you face even now. But I want you to promise me this. No more apologies. You're no burden to us, not in the least. You're a valuable member of our band, and as long as you're willing, I want you with us. Isn't that right, Dermot? Just so. I see. Thank you, Sareg. Thank you, Dermot. I will aid your quest in whatever way I can. Now that's more like it. We're counting on you, lad. That we are. Happy to have you aboard. You're probably a better black mage than me. You and Sareg have shown me no end of kindness. I'll do all in my power to recover my memories and return the favor in whatever way I can. I believe you. You two be good. I will be back in a non-specific amount of time. Okay, you two, I'm back. Hope you didn't have too much fun while I was away. Sareg has good tidings he would share with you. Lay it on me. Good news, friend. Taynor here has told me that his memories are starting to come back to him. There's one recollection in particular he says he's eager to discuss with the two of us. Tell us, lad. What is it? As time goes by, memories of my earlier days return to me piece by piece. Nyelbert and I were born to members of a great consortium of mages. From our earliest years, we were tutored in the magical arts by some of the realm's greatest scholars. The consortium's leaders sought to find a way to open a hole in time and space, a portal to other worlds from which they could summon forth beasts of great power. Nyelbert and I were chosen to participate in the research. Summoning great beasts from beyond our world. You're a mage, Derman. Is that even possible? Unfortunately, yes. Perhaps he speaks of void scent? Void scent? Never heard of them, but I'll take that answer as a yes. Mages come up with the damnedest ideas, huh? And yet, I don't understand. Why ever would they use two young boys for such a dangerous experiment? The beasts our master sought to summon reside in the planes most distant from our own. Reaching across such a great distance requires a tremendous store of innate ethereal power. And so our masters set about to breed the perfect mage. Marriages were arranged to wed the mightiest members of the consortium to one another, in hopes that they would bring forth children of theretofore unheard-of magical aptitude. Finally, they succeeded. And so you were born. And Nyelbert. Indeed. From even before we could speak, we were taught the complex incantations required to breach the boundaries between worlds. We practiced these spells day after day, night after night, for what seemed an eternity. At long last, we were deemed ready to attempt the summoning. Sadly, the experiment ended in failure. The pull from beyond the rift was too strong to resist, and I was sucked into a hollow of my own creation. There I remained trapped, alone and adrift in that empty void, until Derman called me back to this world. Alas, over a century had passed since that fateful day. That's the one thing I still don't understand. If so many years have truly passed, why is it that you've not aged even a whit? I cannot say for certain, but I remember the words of one of my teachers. The rift is not unlike a border between countless worlds, a place that exists beyond time and space. If it is true that the rift exists outside of our concept of time, then it's all too possible that even seconds spent in that empty pocket could correspond to months, years, or decades in our world. And so you've returned to us just as you were that day, even while over a century has passed for the rest of us. But why didn't Nyelbert save you? Shouldn't it have been as simple as opening up another portal to the void where you were trapped? I fear that would be close to impossible. Opening the portal and reaching as far into the rift as we did requires all of our energies to be focused in unison. So in losing you, not only did Nyelbert lose his friend, he lost his only chance of saving you. Talk about being dealt a rough hand. Fear not. I have good news to share as well. I do believe I've managed to recall the incantations needed to summon and manipulate the hollows. Summoning beasts from beyond the rift is far beyond my powers, but I just might be able to seal up the hollows Phronesis so enjoys summoning. What say you, friends? Shall I give it a try? Oh, now that's music to my ears. But let's not be too hasty. After all, the last time you tried to use this magic, there were some complications, to say the least. Yes, we must take the necessary precautions before confronting Phronesis in earnest. Let us meet outside the village, where Taynor can test out his magic safe from harm. Good idea. The merchants would probably not appreciate us attempting such things in the town square. Oh dear. I have a feeling whatever we're attempting is going to be more eventful than any of us would like. Ever wonder what the world looked like in those days before the flood? I suppose we could ask the boy. Boy's got a lot on his mind already. Maybe we should save that for later. Wicked White. You did it, lad. Sadly, I have not the strength to reach further beyond, nor keep the portal open for more than a few moments. No, I'll need further training before I can face... Oh. Hello? Phronesis. Where in the hells did that bastard come from? Uh-oh. Damn it all, I'm too close. I can feel it pulling me in. No, Nyelbert. These are my friends. You mustn't hurt them. Nope. Not the best timing. This isn't good. The cave-in's completely sealed off the tunnel behind us. We've no recourse but to press on without our companions. You heard her. What'll it be? I suppose it falls to us to slay the beasts and collect the bounty. Perhaps you and your band would care to take the lead. Spare me your japes. You've no intention of giving up your prize. Mind you, I too made a promise to my companions. A promise I mean to keep. Bah, I told you that splitting up was a bad idea. If Brandon and Renderay were here, this second-rate spellcaster would be no match for us. Now, Silva. Let's not forget who our true foe is here. Lament, you're certain that if we slay this monstrosity, the cave-ins will cease? According to the miners, the beast was first sighted on the same day the tremors began, its very presence sucking the mountain dry of its ether. We dwarves know these caves as well as we do our own bodies. Trust me. Then I suppose we best make short work of it before everything comes crashing down. Hey, where do you think you're going? My apologies. I took your ceaseless prattling as an invitation to proceed on my own. Think yourself clever, do you? You've uncommon confidence to think you can fell the beast without aid. Answer me this. Why is it you're so intent on claiming the bounty for your own? The bounty? Why indeed? At any rate, unless you've a mind to stand around here until we all get crushed, we'd best get moving on, yes? Finally, something we can agree on. And so I have a proposal. What say we band together until our battle here's won? The tremors grow stronger. No doubt a cave-in is imminent. Let us vanquish the enemy with our combined strength and quit this place before it becomes our tomb. Until the battle is won, then. After that, I go on my way. Oh, and here we go. Relive Nyelbert and Ardbert's adventure. Your aid is most welcome, Nyelbert. Let us make short work of the beast, and take our leave of this place while we still can. Indeed. Let's see, I got fire, blizzard, thunder, flare, and a big limit break thing. Okay, manageable. They come. Nyelbert, we'll draw our foe's attack. I'm really starting to worry it's Nyelbert, but oh well. This is honestly much easier black maging than I'm having to do the rest of the time. Cast blizzard spells to get the MP back, and then back to fire to spend it all. It would seem we're not the only ones stuck in here, eh? I have a bad feeling about this. I love that we do get to play as different members of these old Warriors of Light. Get to live out some of their moments in their prime. The leftmost one is mine. Silva, you take its friend on the right. Consider it done. Have at you, fiends. Big kaboom. What's this? It leads deeper within. We really should have asked for a map. Not that it'd have been much use after all the cave-ins. Oh, that one's bigger. Well, aren't you a big boy? Get it! With the spells. Ugh. Silva, Nyelbert needs your help. Thank you. Appreciate it. You saved me. Now explode. Still think you could have managed on your own, mage? Perhaps it would have been more of a struggle than I expected. Don't rub it in. Ooh. That's big. That's very big indeed. That's him. He's the one who drinks of the mine's ether. All right, let's put this oversized bull out to pasture. Silva, Lament, Nyelbert, with me. My magics are yours. For now. I'll take the front. The battle is on! Even with just like 4 moves, I'm still not doing incredible black maging here. It summons others of its ilk. We should dispatch the small fry, and quickly. Leave it to me. I'll help. Gah, this one looks like trouble. I'm helping, or trying. Another earthquake. This bodes ill. Oh, I'd prefer not be right here. Our foe's up to something. Stand back, my friends. To my side. I'll heal your wounds. Oh dear. Take cover behind the rocks. You don't want to bear the full brunt of it. No, I do not. Yipes. We're wearing it down. Damn it, here he comes again. Get back! Okay. Thank you. I sense an unholy power. Get behind me, friends, quickly. Oh, I am trying. Run! Behind Sylvia. We must brace ourselves. Thank you for tanking. Ouch. Silva, are you all right? Damn it, we can't keep this up much longer. Strike with all of your strength. Okay. Can I use my big move? I can. Falling Star. Get nuked. Woo! Oh, still alive. Well. There we go. We've done it. Now to find ourselves a way out. The tremors continue. But why? The fiend has been vanquished, and its ether returns to the mountain. We were wrong. No, it was not the creature itself that was causing the quakes. Ah, yes. The crystal courses with nigh inconceivable power. A vast wellspring of ether accumulated over the ages. Yes, the beast was but a hungry creature drawn here by the stone, as was I. You had no interest in the bounty all along. The stone has been left unchecked for too long. The sheer volume of ether it houses now is so vast and overwhelming it threatens to bring the entire mountain down. For how many years have I searched for it? This precious relic that could afford me the power needed to save my friend. You mean to take the stone from this place? But then, what would happen to the mountain? If the ether's not returned to the earth, it is but a matter of time until the mine collapses. The miners, those who live at the foot of the mountain, countless lives would be lost. There's no time. What can we do? Taynor, my friend. Damn it. Damn it all! The tremors have stopped. Taynor, pray forgive me. I promise you this. As long as I walk this earth, I shall never, never give up hope. The stone was yours to do with as you pleased, and still you chose the fate of many over that of your friend. In return for your sacrifice, I would make you an offer. Come with us, and let us join you in your search for a means to save your comrade. The life of an adventurer isn't an easy one, but I dare say you strike me as the sort who just might enjoy it. So what say you? We'll travel the realm together and lend our strength to whatever unfortunate souls we encounter along the way. And who knows, before you know it, we might just stumble upon a way to rescue your Taynor. I would like that very much. Taynor, forgive me. I may have failed you today, but mark my words. For as long as I walk this land, I will not abandon hope. I will find a way to bring you back to us. But today, I find myself in the company of new companions, and for now, I must lend them my strength, just as they lent theirs to me. Whew, that was a doozy. Dermot, Are you all right? Worry not. Phronesis is long gone. I launched a few arrows in its direction while it was distracted by Taynor's spell, and it just stole away. Anyhow, I'm just glad you're awake and on your feet again. Come now, let's hurry back to Mord Suk before the bastard has a change of heart and comes back for us. Good idea. Let's leave. And get all this stuff cleared off. Okay. Back to town. All right. Could it be that Nyelbert came back for me? You really gave us a scare back there, clutching your head in pain with a deadly sin eater in plain sight. Let me guess, you had another one of your visions, didn't you? This is a thing to get used to in my company. White take me. So that's how Nyelbert and Ardbert met up. Just goes to show you that in times of crisis, even the bitterest of rivals can turn fast friends. Now let's see if I have this straight. Nyelbert made it his life's mission to save Taynor here. Knowing that his own energies wouldn't suffice, he went in search of a relic that would afford him the etheric power needed to reach beyond this world. And deep in the mines that day, he found it. Yet, in the end, he decides to sacrifice the stone and his own cause to save the lives of the countless innocents who called the mountain home. And so did he take his first step down the path of a hero, a warrior of light. So that's why he came back to this place. Why he still summons the Hollows as he did so many years ago. Aye, there can be no doubting it. Even now that he's become a sin eater, bereft of memory, reason, and any sense of his own actions, the ghastly shell of what was once Nyelbert still haunts the wastelands, searching for a way to bring back his old friend. I only knew him as a child, and the whole idea of sin eaters and warriors of light, it was all so new to me. Even as the pieces come together, I could not truly believe that Nyelbert and this Phronesis were one and the same. But when our gazes first met, standing out there in the wastes, in an instant, I knew it without question. This was my friend. A friend who had been searching for me all these years. At last, I know what I must do. I must stop Phronesis, that my dear friend may finally find peace. Together we can do this. Thank you, my friends. In the battle, I was able to push Phronesis' hollow away from Sereg, if only for a short distance. With more training, I'm certain I can learn to close them up entirely. After all we've already seen from you, I have no reason to doubt you. If you're game, so are we. Finally, some cause for hope, huh? But still, we must exercise caution. The last time the boy worked his magic, our foe showed up faster than you can say Phronesis. While this might be simple coincidence, the likelihood is high that the casting of the spell itself summoned the Sin Eater to us. You'd best avoid casting any similar incantations until we're prepared for the final confrontation. I want you to stay close for now. Devote yourself to your studies and hone your skills to whatever degree you can in the safety of the village. In the meantime, Dermot and I will redouble our training efforts as well. Should we succeed in finding a way to counteract the Hollows, it'll come down to our firepower versus our foes. We must be at full strength for the battle, lest we allow victory to slip between our fingers. I will try to Black Mage the very best I can, for what little that is worth. Maybe I should go practice a little. Well, they say practice makes perfect, but as far as I'm concerned, the results are inconclusive. Sarek, I'm ready? Well, here. I'm here. Sarek is concerned about the progress of Taynor's training. That look in your eyes. Yes, I can see that you've gained much strength since last we met. As far as you know, yes. You'll be pleased to hear that Taynor's managed to make steady progress in his training as well. The boy believes he's regained much of the knowledge and skill he possessed before getting sucked into that pocket of time and space. An admirable feat, considering that it was not long ago he could scarcely remember his own name. And yet, there is one aspect of his training that has yet to be addressed. Put simply, the boy lacks experience in battle. To work the magic necessary to seal up the hollows, I must maintain perfect focus and clarity of mind. If the battle with Phronesis is my first, I fear my concentration will be disrupted all too easily. And so I thought I'd take the boy out into the wilds, that he might acclimate himself to the battlefield and further hone his command of magic in the process. And yet, we must keep a wide berth of armoring. Were we to encounter Phronesis before we are fully prepared, the results could be disastrous. And so I propose we go on an excursion of sorts. Would you be willing to accompany us? I believe there's much the boy could learn from your example. Not of maging, but yes. Excellent. Then let's make for Lakeland. The beasts in the forest of the Lost Shepherd should provide a fair challenge for the lad. I have no objection to going and hanging out in a place that purple. I'll meet you there. Ah, that's nice. Love some good purple trees. This outfit was a gift from Sarek. Do you think it suits me? Very well, actually. Good taste. Ah, there he is. Now, shall we get down to... Is something the matter? How do you like my new clothes, Dermin? Not only are they stylish, I can just feel the power welling up from deep within me. They were a present from Sarek. Isn't he the best? It was a simple investment, nothing more. We must seize every possible advantage if we hope to triumph over our foe. But enough idle chit-chat. We have work to do. Dermin, I would ask you to begin by setting an example for the boy, showing him precisely how you conduct yourself in battle. We can't very well just toss him to the Wolverines all on his own, can we? So why don't you go out there and hunt one down for us? Taynor, watch carefully and let Dermin show you how it's done. Well, I guess I will now reveal to the one of you who can actually tell how not incredible at black maging I am. Maybe Taynor will be cool enough to keep the secret. Well, step 1, Taynor, is fire. Step 2, ice. Repeat. That's basically all you need to know, as far as I'm concerned. Boy, these things are big. Wolverines are mean enough, win small. Go on. Explode. Thank you. So, fire and ice, yes? Easy. That was incredible. The sheer destructive power of your spells, the way you seamlessly weaved one incantation after the next, everything. But tell me, what would you say is the most important thing a mage should keep in mind when doing battle with a fearsome foe? Just blast your foes with everything you got. Casting your spells in proper sequence is the key, I've heard others say. As far as I can tell, though, throw them spells. But of course. Thank you, Dermin. I'll endeavor to put everything I've learned from you into practice. Well, here goes nothing. Boy, we're going to be very bad for this kid's magical education. Drat. Where do I... No, that's not it. Curses. Just stay still so I can hit you already. Steady now. Don't let the enemy fluster you. Keep your focus. Right, focus. You're a feisty one, aren't you? Ow, that smarts. I've seen enough of this. Yeah, that's probably for the best. It's okay, Taynor. Some of us were not meant to be black mages. And definitely not black mage instructors. Forgive me, friend. I was beginning to fear for the boy's dignity, if not his life. Oh no, that was the right call. Oh dear. That didn't go nearly as well as I hoped. Don't get so down on yourself, lad. I shouldn't have jumped in the way I did. I dare say you were starting to get the hang of it there at the end. I thought it'd be a simple enough task to follow Dermond's lead, but when that savage creature started staring me down, I was too flustered to put what I learned into practice. Indeed. It is not the strength of your magics that's the issue. You simply must learn to compose yourself. What did you think, Dermond? Are there any other words of wisdom you might offer me? You definitely shouldn't be asking for any more wisdom about maging from me. Black maging, at least. Barely even white or red maging. Or, no, not maging in general. You simply need more practice. Believe in yourself, all will be fine. You, deep down, know way more than I do. Thank you. I'm sure you're right. I can't allow my foe to break my concentration like this. Anyhow, let me try once more. This time will go better, I promise you. Go get him. Yes, the boy will be fine. I must stay my hand. Hey, look at you. I did it. The battle's won. Now that's how you wallop a wolverine. Well done, lad. I'm proud I could be here for your first victory. You're far too kind. I couldn't have done it without you and Dermond here to show me the way. You have my thanks. Don't mention it. But don't let up now, boy. You must keep battling until all you've learned becomes second nature. Now, are you ready? I've done not good work here today. I have done work here today, sort of. I've had an impact. Is probably the most charitable way we can put it. The boy fights with awareness and composure. I do believe he's earned himself a respite, and some more worthy opponents next time around. Hey, good for you. That was rather more difficult than I expected, and yet, thanks to you and Sarek, I feel like I can hold my own on the battlefield now. I'd have to agree. The way you made short work of that last critter, I'd say it's time to find you a more worthy foe. Let's return to Mordsuk and plot our next course of action. All right. Good work out there, kid. I will see you back at base. Good work out there. I must say, that training session was most exhilarating. There's nothing quite like the feeling of vanquishing fearsome foes and gaining confidence with every thrilling victory. You said it. You've proven the perfect mentor for the boy, Dermond. Hells, I dare say old Sarek here could learn a thing or two from you. Not about maging. You've taught him not only how to wield his spells in battle, but how to maintain his focus in the face of danger. With those fundamentals under his belt, it's just a matter of time and practice till he's ready to face Phronesis. I promise you, my friends, I'll not let you down. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd best go and write down all I've learned today while it's fresh in my memory. Good kid. Such passion and determination. This must be the boy he always was, before his time beyond the rift stole from him his memories and his spirit. He devotes himself to his training that he might help us fell Phronesis and bring his friend a measure of salvation. There's no telling what course the battle will take, but I suspect the boy will be forced to confront his past head-on. It'll not be easy for him, and yet I believe it's a necessary step for him in order to forge himself a new future. For Taynor's sake, and for the sake of those who call Amareng home, we must triumph in this battle. And we shall. Not to mention for the sake of our coin purses, huh? At any rate, I'll leave you to your training and return to my own. The final confrontation's close at hand, and we must be ready. We will try to be. I'm certain between the three of us we can muster just enough preparedness to survive. I will return soon. Just kidding, I will return now. Ready to go? Serig worries for Taynor, who has been acting strangely of late. Well, look who's back, and looking more imposing than ever, I might add. You'll be pleased to know that Taynor's command of his magics has advanced by leaps and bounds since you left. Says he's finally convinced he can hold his own against Phronesis. Truth be told, I worry about the boy. As devoted as he is to his training, I can't help but notice a sad, uneasy look in his eyes from time to time. He insists it's nothing, of course, but I remain unconvinced. As a fellow mage, perhaps you could succeed in reaching out to him where I failed? He should be around here somewhere. Go and find him. See if you can't offer him a few words of support, won't you? I'll do my best. Taynor! Oh, there you are. So, how are we feeling? Oh, hello there, Dermin. Is there something I can do for you? Serig was worried about me, you say? That is kind of him. I assure you, I'm completely fine. I owe so much to the both of you. You brought me back from beyond the rift, took me under your wing, trained me, and comforted me to the point that my memories and my magic have both returned. I'm finally ready to face my old friend in battle, and it is all because of you. And yet, there's a fear growing inside me, a fear that threatens to consume me. In my studies, I've learned much about the Sin Eaters. I learned how those who fall to the most powerful Sin Eaters, like Phronesis, become Sin Eaters themselves, doomed to live out their days as mindless, unholy abominations. If I were to lose my focus in battle, and you or Serig suffered the same fate as Nyelbert, the only 3 friends I have known in this world, if I lost you all, how could I ever live with myself again? This thought shakes me to my very core. If you falter, we will be there for you. You're right. I mustn't forget that I have 2 strong friends by my side to help me shoulder the burden. Thank you, friend. The task is a daunting one, but I'll trust in myself, and in the strong and gentle friends who stand by my side. Very good. Nothing would make me happier than to help Nyelbert find peace, but that's not the only reason I fight in this battle. I must repay you and Serig for all you've given me. Not only did the 2 of you bring me back to this world, you've instilled me with a newfound sense of purpose. And yet, when the battle is done, you will leave this place. You'll embark on new adventures with new companions. Worry not, I'll not hold you back, or stand in your way. That is another reason I must fight this battle. I must prove to you, to all 3 of my friends, that I'm strong enough to get by on my own. Be strong, Taynor. You can do this. Sorry, perhaps I got a little carried away back there. In any event, we should go tell Serig that I'm ready. Okay. Deep breaths. You're gonna be fine. The learner has surpassed the teacher in this mage case, except the learner was already well past the teacher and just didn't know it yet. So, good for you. Can you teach me black maging? I asked Serig what he intends to do after the battle's over, but he just scowled and told me to focus on the task at hand. Do you think he's feeling sad about us splitting up too? Don't tell him I said this, of course. Of course. Our little secret. Glad you can't hear very good. You're finally back, I see. I was starting to get worried. I trust this means you're ready to do battle with Phronesis. I am. Let's put an end to this nightmare and set Nyelbert and the people of this land free. That's the spirit. All right. The plan is to lure Phronesis to us by the same method as last time. We'll venture to the central hills of Amber, a safe distance away from the city, and Taynor will summon forth a hollow. It should only be a matter of time before our quarry arrives. I believe our chances are best if we can lure Phronesis to a wide open space, where we'll have complete freedom to maneuver. The hills of Amber should suffice. If you're ready, let's be away at once. It's the plan. Come on, Derman. Let's get out there and try to not embarrass ourselves. To the best of our ability. All right. Derman's ready. I couldn't be more proud of how much Taynor's grown since we first met him. He's like the son I never... It's enough chit-chat, huh? We have a battle to fight. We sure do. Let's do this thing. I'm ready. Let us begin. Let's do it. Thank goodness for very easy mode, too. Over there. It's him. Yes. I knew you would come. Well, I guess we won't be needing this anymore. I'm so proud. Give it up, Nyelbert. My spells are more than a match for your own. These are my friends, and I will not let you take them. Do you hear me, Nyelbert? Your long nightmare, and ours, shall end this day. I don't think he agrees. Well, here we go. Good luck, you two. I'm gonna go ahead and set this up and get to it. Fire! Leave the hollow to me and concentrate your attacks on our foe. You heard the boy. It's time to show this bastard what we got. Here, here. Be wary, friends. He means to summon a hollow. Whoop. Better not stand close to those. Keep a wide berth, friend, lest you get drawn into the void. Gonna do my best. Good work, kid. Okay, no. What is torn, become whole. Doing great. Doing real very good. Look out, here comes another one. Oh, you're right, you're right, you're right, you're right. I will move. Safely-ish over here. Watch out! Hurry to Sarik's side, or you'll bear the full brunt of his magic. Over here. Those I can do. The bastard's trying to take us out in one fell swoop. Move away from me, quickly. You got it. Yeah. No, not the map. I've done it. The hollow is... Damn it. Are you alright, boy? Taynor, you good? It is done. Thank you. You're doing great. Oh, spread out. Yeah. You know, black maging is hard enough without having to also read lines. Nyeh. Forgive me, friends. My strength is waning. Looks like we're on our own until Taynor's strength returns. Stay clear of the hollows. I'll try. I'm just trying to see if I can get an angle. to get close enough? Cast spells? Good gods, but would you look at that one? Wait, perhaps we could use the hollows to our advantage. Ooh, maybe I can drag them into the hollows. Yes? Would that work? Please say that would work. Yes? Is it working? Hey, I got rid of one. Hooray. Okay. Is it gonna work? Come on, come on, come on. No. Stop it. Yay! I'm alive! For now. Yeah, okay, that's a lot. Hi. I'm in melee range now. Hello. Ah, dang. Hang on. Let me get rid of that thing. Whew, okay. Wicked white, the bastard's still going. Taynor, how do you fare? I'm fine. Leave the hollows to me. There's an awful lot of them. I'll seal the hollows. Careful, kid. Oh, no. Please chill. If even the empty shell of his body can work these magics, I shudder to think of the powers Nyelbert commanded when he still lived. I'd rather not imagine it right now, Sarig. I'm very busy, being a bad black mage. I'm okay. Nyeh. Run! I'm sorry, my friends. I can summon no more strength. The boy's given us all he can. It falls to us to end the fight. The Sin Eater's strength wanes. We mustn't let up the attack. I wasn't. Yep, spread out. It's a lot of different varieties of danger puddle, and I don't care for it. Again? Does he mean to cut off our escape route? Please, no. Yes, my friend. Soon you will be at peace. Oh, I don't like that. Got a little close to one of the things. That's fine. I'm okay. I'm okay. Die! There. Whew. Another Jolly Rancher for the collection. Forgive me, Taynor. Far and wide did I travel with my companions, all the while searching for a way, any way at all, to bring you back to this world. And yet, in the end, it was all in vain. Though I treasured the adventures I had with Ardbert and the others, my choice that fateful day forever haunted me. What if I had run off with the stone and used its powers to rescue you as I had always intended? What adventures might we have shared? I sunk into the depths of despair and felt myself a wretch for doing so. For by what right do I pity myself when it was I who consigned you to far more cruel and tragic a fate? Whatever pain, whatever loss I knew, is nothing compared to what you suffered, what you still suffer. Abandoned by your only friend, cast adrift in a cold, dark void until the end of time. Yes, no doubt you are still out there, beyond the rift, cursing my name to this very day. That's not true, Nyelbert. I'm right here. And yet, even if you despise me with every fiber of your being, even still, I would give anything to see you just one last time. You could curse me, revile me, rain fists and magics down upon me. It would all be worth it. just for the chance to say, I am sorry. Stop it, Nyelbert. Please, stop saying those things. Even after you had your mind, your heart, your very humanity ripped from you, still, for all these years, you kept searching for me. How could I ever hate my best friend? Don't you see, old friend? It was Dermot here who brought me back to this world, but it was you who guided him to me. You've suffered long enough, my friend. I can take care of myself now. You need worry about me no longer. So please, rest peacefully.
Yeah, hey! Hey! Debitage, we were having a moment. Excuse me.
Rude rocks out here, man. Anyway, sorry about that. Call me crazy, but damned if the boy's words didn't actually get through to him. I'd like to think so. It's over. At last. You don't need to explain it to me. I know that the Nyelbert we saw was just a memory, a reflection from the crystal. That my friend truly passed years and years ago. And yet, even if those words will never reach Nyelbert, simply saying them aloud gave me a measure of peace. I have no regrets today. But we should be getting back to town before any more Sin Eaters take notice of us, yes? Or any more grumpy rocks. I'll say. After that battle, I could use a rest. And I reckon Dermot here could as well. Shall we head back to Mordsuk? Yes, please. With all haste, before the rock respawns. Job well done, team. We're all alive. We did what we had to do. I have no regrets. Well, if it isn't the man of the hour. I'm happy to report that tales of our triumph are already spreading across town like wildfire. Word has it the merchants are so grateful they intend to sweeten the bounty with a generous personal reward. My friends, I have no words to express my gratitude. Thanks to you, Nyelbert has found peace, and I can finally close the book on this chapter of my past. Every day, I thank the gods for having brought us together. The feeling's mutual, lad. To be honest, I wasn't sure what to expect when you popped out of that hole, but it's been a pleasure having you at our side. So, tell me, now that you've made peace with your past, what do you plan to do with your future? You and Dermot have trained me well, and I'm quite confident that I can hold my own on the battlefield. Perhaps I'll travel the land, see if I might use my abilities to help those in need. If I didn't know better, I'd think those were the words of someone twice your age. If that's truly your intention, then I have something of a plan. First, I'll need Dermot here's permission. It's just a thought I had, but what say we give the lion's share of the bounty to Taynor here? I reckon he needs it more than we do, and besides, we couldn't have won the battle without him. That works for me. Wasn't really here for the guild anyway. I knew you'd feel the same. It's the least we can do to help the boy forge a path and a future for himself. My friends, I could never take advantage of your kindness like that. Think nothing of it. It's not easy for a boy your age to make his way in the world, and this is the least we can do. Think of it as a parting gift from your brothers in arms. Thank you, Sarg. Thank you, Dermot. As long as I live, I'll never forget your generosity. Finally, I've one last proposal for you, if you're keen to hear it. There's this bounty hunter, I know. He can hold his own with a bow, but he's always thought he could take on bigger marks if he had a skilled mage at his side. If you're looking for a partner, that is. Sarek? You could not possibly mean... Of course I'm saying it. So what'll it be? Yes, 1,000 times yes. Why, nothing would make me happier. Then I suppose that settles it. Welcome aboard, lad. I've got a feeling that this is only the beginning of a rewarding relationship. And on that note, I do believe my new partner and I are off to the Crystarium to find ourselves a new mark. If it's not too much to ask, why don't you join us there? I still owe you your share of the bounty, and I reckon it'd be a good place to say our proper farewells. It's a plan. We do definitely need to be wrapping it up today. Let's go. Here we are. Nice being back. The path ahead will not be an easy one, but there's one thing I know. Where I once feared the future, now I welcome it. I'm glad for that. Good for you. Dermot, glad you could join us. Taynor and I just arrived a short while ago ourselves. The boy's keen on starting his new life as a bounty hunter, to say the least. He's got no end of questions, that one. But there's only so much I can teach him. The rest he'll have to learn from experience. And so I intend to do what I can to show him the world, and keep him safe. So don't worry about us. Between my bow and his magics, I reckon we'll be able to hold our own out there. That said, should we ever find ourselves on the trail of a particularly nasty foe, I hope you'd not be averse to lending your strength once more. Yes, somehow I have a feeling it won't take another 100 years for our paths to cross again. Until then, my friend, stay sheltered in the shade. I'd like to. Working on it, still. But that is it. There's half of our role quests done. We've got 2 of these role quest chains left to do, but we're going to get to those in the next couple episodes. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed these chonky videos. I will see you next time for the next one. Goodbye.